The oldest person to be accused of terrorism in India, the weapon of mass destruction seized from him, a zipper tumbler, a concocted case booked for instigating Bhima-Goregaon violence, arrested under UAPA and denied multiple bail pleas for he was too dangerous a person in the society. The dangerous reason being the 83-year-old tribal rights activist Father Stan Swamy decided not to remain a mute spectator, and his commitment to justice was not dying out but was indeed contagious. Who is this Stan Swamy, and what did he do that the government was bent on silencing him? Hailing from Viragalur, a village near Tirchi, Tamil Nadu, Stanislas Ludusamy joined the Jamshedpur Jesuit province to become a priest to dedicate his life for the welfare of the people and the society. He did his master's degree in sociology in Philippines and equipped himself sufficiently with the knowledge of various liberation movements. Back in India, he worked tirelessly among the tribals in Jharkhand for more than 30 years, educating and empowering them with their rights. He was the director of the Indian Social Institute, Bangalore from 1975 to 1986, during which he demanded the government to implement the 5th schedule of the Constitution, which advocated setting up of a tribal advisory council with members solely from the Adivasi community. He supported many tribal movements like Vistapan Virodhi Jan Vikas Andolan, Jungle Bachao Andolan, and was instrumental in stalling many mining projects in the tribal locality. He was a thorn in the flesh of the corporate sectors who wanted to exploit the innocence and rich natural resources of the indigenous community. Father Stan Swamy expressed his solidarity with the tribals who were framed as Naxals for protesting against land acquisition, illegal mining, and unlawful detention. He filed many public interest litigation so as to hasten the trials of those innocents languishing in the local prisons for no wrong of theirs.
The owner of the land is also the owner of the mineral, of the subsoil mineral in his land, which I think is a significant thing. So people have to assert themselves and say, it's not just we will not give our land and then be displaced, but we are going to take the riches that is in our land.
जो मानवाधिकार से जुड़े हुए कार्यकर्ता हैं वो बीते बहुत दिनों से यहाँ झारखंड वासियों के लिए, यहाँ हमारे गरीब गुरबा के लिए वो बहुत सेवा किए, और जल जंगल ज़मीन के लिए जो हमारे आदिवासी लोग, विशेषकर आदिवासी लोग जो हमारे झारखंड में जो संघर्ष करते हैं, उस संघर्ष में भी वो शामिल होते थे और उनको अच्छे ढंग से उनको नेतृत्व करते थे और ये अपने हक के लिए लोगों को जागृत करते थे.
This outraged the authorities, who decided to silence him permanently and monitored his movements and activities. He was arrested by the NIA, National Intelligence Agency, on 8 October 2020 and was accused of Maoist links. He was accused on charges of sedition and alleged involvement in instigating violence in Bhima-Goregaon, Pune in 2018, also called the Elgar Parishad case. A very soft-spoken Stan rejected the charges, claiming that he was not in Pune on that fateful day. The NIA, which seized his laptop, claimed that his computer had incriminating documents related to the charges filed. This claim was later proven false by Arsenal Consulting, a Massachusetts-based digital forensics firm, which concluded after analyzing the digital content of Father Stan's laptop that his laptop was hacked in 2014 October and many files were placed in his system without his knowledge. Just a day before the police made their arrest, the hacker had performed an extensive cleanup, which clearly indicates that the arrest and the cleanup were hand in glove with each other. This report, which indicates Father Stan's innocence, was submitted by the firm on 11th December 2022. A priest for more than 50 years, the veteran activist was put behind bars for a prolonged pre-trial detention of more than 8 months. His multiple bail applications on health grounds were rejected by the court. He was suffering from acute Parkinson's disease at the time of arrest and so requested a straw sipper since his trembling hands were unable to hold a cup. This request was denied by the jail authorities, and NIA claimed that it had no funds to fulfill the request. It took more than 3 weeks and extensive legal lobbying for this minuscule request to be fulfilled. Father Stan was aware of the ill treatment he would be subjected to. He was put in public prison in Taloja along with 3,500 odd prisoners at a time when the corona pandemic was rampant and consequently was exposed to the virus. Ultimately, he contracted corona, which deteriorated his health but not his spirit. He continued to raise his voice even from the prison and found that there were thousands of prisoners imprisoned for no valid reason but that their voices be suppressed. He expressed his solidarity with the 15 other renowned activists, academicians, and lawyers who were booked under the same Elgar Parishad case. Most international and national social agencies, opposition political parties, and organizations condemned the unlawful arrest of the Good Samaritan. This displeasure echoed even in the UN. Due to lack of proper medical attention during his tenure in prison, Father Stan died on the 5th of July 2021 in Mumbai, suffering a cardiac arrest due to post-COVID complications. His incarcerated remains were taken to various places in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Jamshedpur to pay homage by the people who love and revered Father Stan so dearly and the leaders who promised to follow him nearly. Father Stan, a prophet of our times, was awarded Mukundan Menon Award for Human Rights in January 2020 and Martin Ennell's Human Rights Defender Award posthumously in 2022. He is even compared at par with Lord Birsa Munda for his contribution to the welfare of the tribal people and his untimely death in prison. Former Justice Chandru said that he has been taking a plastic sipper to all the functions he presides over as a reminder and does not fail to mention the ordeal Father Stan had to suffer for the sake of justice. Father Stan Swamy stands tall as one of those who did not succumb to political pressure. His dauntless spirit and fearless legacy not to stoop to the demands of the proletariats but to stand inexorably for justice even at the cost of one's death is a noble model for us to follow. Those in authority will go to any extent to silence the protesters and to disable them by framing false charges and allegations against them.
We are part of the process. As such, in a way, I am happy to be part of this process because I'm not a silent spectator, but I'm part of it, part of the game, and ready to pay the price, whatever be it. Thank you for your attention.
And a caged bird can still sing. We are called to raise a voice for the very people for whom Father Stan stood for and gave up his life. The tribals, Adivasis, their rights and dignity. Not only are we called to imitate him in persevering in the struggle against oppression, but also not to remain a mute spectator with atrocities burning around us. Let us not lose hope, but continue to join in the song and stand with Father Stan in championing the cause of the poor, discriminated, and underprivileged people.